Hey, what's happening, Cheesecake Nation? It is Supercharged Funko blasting at ya with a very special episode of the Toy Box. I got some nice little goodies in here. I just came in from my local GameStop. I actually was able to pre-order these, which I was quite surprised at. From GameStop anyway. But I'll get them out here for you. I got the entire set of the 5-inch Funko Five Nights at Freddy's figures. There is 5 of them in all. And they all come with a Springtrap Build-A-Figure piece, which is pretty cool. So, actually I haven't really got a good chance to look at these really up close, and they look pretty good. Just looking at them at face value, they have a lot of nice little detail. You know, like they kind of have like a bit of texture to them. Nothing that really stands out. In terms of just like the quality, it looks really good. You know, they have a little, like they have some like, I don't know, with a dry brush or something that they kind of look a little dirty. You know, just they look good. I am noticing though that they aren't 100% accurate. It's a little bit of a nitpick. Like Freddy and Bonnie don't have like teeth, or I guess technically none of them are supposed to have teeth on like their upper jaw. You know, just. But, you know, other than that, I mean, they look perfect, as far as I can tell, anyway. You know, they look really good. The packaging, you know, collect all 5 Nights at Freddy's figures, build your own Springtrap. Now, this, of course, is by Funko, and I guess the last few months, you know, they've been really pumping out a lot of 5 Nights at Freddy's merchandise for Scott Cawthon, you know. So, I mean, I had to get my hands on these. And if you don't feel like getting these ones here, there are like 2-inch figures. I don't think they're posable. I think they're just in like kind of like the static pose. I know the Golden Freddy is in his like traditional slumped over pose. But so yeah, without further ado, I'm going to cut ahead in the video, get these guys out of the box, and I will see you guys in a second. Alright guys, here they are out of the packaging, and they're looking pretty good. Like I said, really nice sculpting on all 6. Like, they just look really good. You know, any Five Nights at Freddy's fan would love to have these. And they did not cost very much. You know, for these size of figures, I mean, you get what you pay for. I think they're only like 12, 13 bucks at GameStop. Can't imagine they'll be that more expensive anywhere else. And like I said, you get what you pay for. The sculpting is really nice, but the articulation is still something to be desired. You know, they like, while I was unboxing these guys, they kind of started to, like, the joints are very limited, and they can pop off very easily. They definitely had, like, the kids in mind with these. Like, obviously, Five Nights at Freddy's has a pretty big, younger fan base, which is kind of interesting. So they obviously had kids in mind. Foxy, particularly, his left hand will pop off, you know, but, they all have basically the same, I want to say, everybody, except for Foxy and Springtrap, have the same body mold. Like, they all have these little shoulder parts here, but for some reason Springtrap's are molded to his body. I don't know why they decided to do that when all the other ones, like, they're part of, like, the shoulder. So, like, Foxy is a little different because he's a thinner character. So, I think he gets a little bit wider range on, like, that shoulder. Here, let me, let's do Freddy real quick. So yeah, that is literally as far up as Freddy's arm can go. Whoop, sorry. Kind of hard to... It does not go up far at all. Foxy's, on the other hand, goes up really nicely. Full articulation there. So his was done pretty well. Again, a lot of limited articulation on these guys. Foxy's hook, for some reason, can't turn around. Foxy has really nice, like, head articulation. You can go, you can look up, all that way. Can't really look down, just kind of look straight. The legs on these guys do not go very far. That is literally as far as those legs can go. Forward. And that is how far back they can go. Not too bad, I guess. No pivot, but they do swivel around. You know. So you're not going to get too many poses out of these guys, I'm afraid. Chica, her arms are ratcheted, I guess, to kind of help balance the cupcake. Kind of sad that you can't put Golden Freddy into his famous slumping pose, but it is what it is. He is virtually the same as Freddy. It's like impossible to tell on camera, but because if you have like a light or something, he gets that little shimmer in his eye, and when you kind of move, like, it follows you around, which is really cool, especially for Golden Freddy. So yeah, these two guys virtually the same except for the paint. I gotta say, though, like, they all, aside of Springtrap, like, on that top shoulder joint, or at the top of the shoulder where, like, the joint meets the body, I can't really show it off on camera, but it's got a different kind of plastic, and it's painted differently. Like, it's very noticeable. You really won't be able to see it on the shelf, but they literally all have it. Yeah, out of all the characters, like, Bonnie kind of hides it the most. Like, they were able to get like even Bonnie's is a little bit still fairly noticeable. Just cause like it's just a weird texture. It's got like a rough texture to it, so I don't know why they did that, but because on Springtrap's it's connected to his body, so it's still part of his body. But alright, for Springtrap, like, that's how far his arm can go. Again, he has really limited, well, they all pretty much have limited articulation. But, you know, like I said, you get what you pay for, and these guys are slightly bendable statues, effectively. I'm trying to think, a couple of little gripes. Freddy and Golden Freddy's microphone do not fit in their hands very well. I don't know if you can kind of see, but it's kind of like at a weird angle, because they have like that weird like paw padding on the inside of their hands. Whoop, son of a... Sorry. So it kind of like sticks out weird. So I don't know what's up with that. Bonnie kind of holds his guitar kind of weird. Like, that's like the best I could do. Like, I don't want to force it in there because I'm afraid I will break it. Overall, I can't really tell you who the best figure is. I mean, Chica does what Chica does. Like, she has her cupcake, she can hold it. It just sits there. So they're all, like I said, for $12-13, you get what you pay for. They're decent looking figures. You know, you can get them into whatever. You know, there's not too many like crazy poses. And I guess technically, if you wanted, you could like Frankenstein these guys together if you really wanted to like mix and match all of their parts. And that would be kind of interesting. You know, I want to say everybody aside of Foxy, like both of everyone's hands can move around. So, like, first I thought they couldn't, but they're just obviously they're just a little bit tight from like not being moved. So just be gentle. Don't don't be afraid, you know, like, their body parts will pop off. You know, they're not meant to be really played with a lot. So just be careful, you know. If you're getting these for your kids, just make sure they're not for, like, little kids. I mean, if you think your kids are competent enough to not choke on these kinds of things, then, you know, go ahead. But, you know, I don't think they will break. I think that's almost impossible. Like the ball peg, like, parts to, like, the joints, like, they're just not big enough for, like, the actual, like, peg to stay on there for, like, so, like, if they, like, I dropped a couple of these guys and, like, parts of them popped off, so don't really worry too much about that. Oh, and they stand pretty good, you know, don't have to really worry about that. But, that's pretty much all I can say, guys. Like, again, you get what you pay for. They're not terrible figures, not the best. I'm very excited to see, I can only assume they're going to put out more. Like, they got to do the toy animatronics. They got to do the withered animatronics. You know, like, that'd be cool if they did the, I doubt they'll do the Phantoms, but, like, they'll definitely do the Nightmare animatronics, I hope. But, only time will tell. Oh, but, I guess I can do that later. But anyway, guys, I was gonna show you guys something real quick. I actually got one of the little vinyl, I got the cupcake, so I was kind of happy about that. But anyway, guys, that's all I can really say about this. I'm Super Judge Funk. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.